Hi everyone, this is Buddy Harris, President and CEO with Integrity Management Systems. If you've ever spoken to me or watched any of my videos, you know that I speak only the truth. And so just wanted to share a little bit of the truth about the situation with the 2025 rental market. I'm going to begin with short-term rentals and then switch over to long-term rentals. So we're late January 25. First thing I will share is that, at least with our organization, we are up 60% in short-term rental bookings from this time last year. That's great news for our vacation rental owners. I think it's also symptomatic of what we expect to see across the short-term market for 25. This time last year, reservations were not coming in especially like we'd seen pre-COVID. COVID just changed the landscape of how vacation rentals are booked, nightly minimums, and of course price rates. I'll touch on that briefly throughout the video, but suffice it to say that we are very pleased right now that reservations are up over 60% for our portfolio. On social media, I'm not really seeing that across the board. I'm not seeing that level of excitement that we have. However, I will say that December and January for short-term rentals has been exceedingly slow with our portfolio and across the board. I see this on social media posts. We have other property managers we're friendly with, and kind of the same thing there. So, like always, we need a warming, a drastic warming, especially from the temperatures we've had the last couple of weeks, beginning around March 1st. And if that happens, the situation will take care of itself. It generally does. And vacation rental bookings will begin increasing, at least for weekends and long weekends. So I get a lot of calls. I speak to a lot of prospective owners. And one thing that people want you to give them is guarantees. And I'm the first to tell someone, I do not give any guarantees, because there's no guarantees that I will wake up tomorrow, nor the person I'm speaking with. So the only guarantee that I give with rentals across the board is that our organization will manage them ethically, with complete transparency, and with the highest levels of integrity. That's the only guarantees that anyone can make you. Folks, we're just not in that market anymore. We're not 2017, 2018, 2019. But the good news, in addition to what I just shared about us being up 60%, is that history repeats itself. And this is not a political statement, but with the election that's just happened, I have other business owners that are already telling me that the week after the election, their business was up. And that's folks that are not necessarily in the property management industry. So I think collectively, people's opinions of the economy, our faith in the economy, faith in the amount of money they're going to have in their bank accounts, it's increased. We would not be up what we are for vacation rentals if that were not the case. And the bulk of that 60% increase we've been tracking over the last 4 or so weeks was all post-election. So that there are definitely some analogies there to what we are seeing and what we are expecting to continue this year. I want to digress really quickly. If you are in the market for a short-term rental and you're looking to purchase a short-term rental, number one, I am not yet licensed. I'm in the process of obtaining my license, but I still work with a lot of folks in especially the Myrtle Beach market that are looking to make a short-term purchase. And I'm still telling them, number one, unless you're bringing a lot of cash down, if you're going to buy the unit outright, that's one thing. If you're not bringing a lot of cash down, I would personally hold off and wait until 2026 and see what the market looks like then, first quarter of 26. Again, right now, everything I'm seeing is positive. I think nightly rates are going to increase from last year. Minimum stays are going to increase from 3 to 4 days, at least for our portfolio peak season. We've gone 4-night minimums. And holding true to what we saw last year at being at 3-night rent minimums, I think we'll do well there. So all signs point to go. But again, if it's my money right now, 2025, short term, I'm going to hold off and wait and see what the market does. The only exception to that I advise all the prospects that I speak with would be a 1 or a 2-bedroom condo, whether or not it's oceanfront or near the ocean. That is the only short-term purchase I would consider at this moment. And again, if you're bringing a lot of cash and you're in a situation with an HOA, with a homeowners association where you don't have massive association dues and a lot of current and planned assessments in the works, you can have a $1,000 mortgage on a 2-bedroom condo in Myrtle Beach and have $1,000 HOA fee, and then your HO6 policy on top of that, and then special assessments. You can be $3,000 or $4,000 in on a 2-bedroom right now before you ever made a penny as far as your monthly output or more. So again, I digressed. Back to the market. For you who currently own, I feel really good about it. You know, one thing with vacation rental management is if your property is managed by 10 different persons, 10 different groups, you're going to have 10 different results. It completely 100% depends on how the property is managed. That is the bottom line. Whether it's marketing, whether it's the websites, the OTAs that the property is listed on, how aggressively it's marketed, your price points, your nightly minimums, 100% it will be dictated by who and how markets your property. Now I'm going to switch over to long terms. The best news with long terms, the thing that I'm most excited about is that going back to September of 23, the second week, November of 23, excuse me. Second week of November 2023, the market absolutely tanked for long terms. There were no inquiries anywhere. Now, we're an organization with long-term management. We never have more than just a small handful of vacant units. 6 or 8 would be an excessive amount for us because we rent them quickly. But the great news, the thing I'm excited about now, we have 5 vacant long-term rentals right now, and we have 3 or 4 more that we're in various stages of onboarding. But the great news is that as compared to this time last year, we're getting a lot of inquiries for these long-term properties. So the 5 that we have, I believe 3 or 4 of them are in the process of being rented, and around February the 1st, today's the 25th, somewhere around the February the 1st, the end of the first week of February, I expect all but one of those to be leased, and then we'll be bringing, as I said, new long-terms on. So positive news again there. Generally, the long-term market will begin heating up around the 1st of March, but we're seeing that earlier this year. It's all, and it ties into the short-term rental as well, although with long-terms, there's a constant flux of folks into the area. Horry County, for example, the stat has been about 55 people per day relocating to the area. That goes back 5 or 6 years now, and I don't see any decline of that. I have not seen any recent statistics on that, but I have no reason to believe, just based on traffic, just based on our rentals, that number has changed. So all great news for long-term rental owner partners, be it our partners or being it folks that are considering placing their unit long-term. Great signs, and I see no slowdown in that, and market comps continue to increase. Let me touch on that briefly, because there's a lot of comps are all over the place out there. Remember, with our portfolio, we manage only a true 5-star portfolio of long-terms and vacation rentals. We don't have any junk in our portfolio, and nor will we accept any. So that lends itself to, number one, a higher price point and a demographic of renter in this market that can afford to pay $2,000, $2,500, up to $3,000, and sometimes over that per month for a rental. And I know the naysayers out there say that's absolutely ridiculous, but like it or not, that is what the market is dictating. So looking at a 1-bedroom, which is probably our least common long-term rental, 1-bedroom comps are running somewhere between 12 to 1450, depending on always location, type of property, whether it's furnished or not, amenities in the community, and so forth. 2 bedrooms and 2s and 3s are our most common. 2-bedroom comps are running somewhere between 1,400 to 1,550 up to 1,600. And in some cases, we have a few 2-bedrooms that are up pushing 1,800, which is really the low end threshold for a 3-bedroom. So it kind of runs the gamut. The 2-bedrooms generally have the highest comp range as far as low to high. 3's right there with it. 3-bedrooms, if you're looking at a multifamily condo, comp base begins about 1,800, and 3-bedroom houses in single-family communities can run up over $3,000 depending on the amenities and swimming pools and all those other niceties that some of these properties have. So the 2s and 3s, the market comps are a lot wider, but the good news is they are carrying property owners who have a mortgage, who have association dues. But here's the thing to remember for long terms. And I own long-term property as well. So I have the perspective of not only a property manager, but also a homeowner. We're with the insurance spikes, and especially in 2023, gone are the days to where you own a long-term, especially if you're with a property management company where they have property management fees, and you're pocketing $500, $600, $700, $800 a month from that long term. I don't know many folks, whether they rent privately as a private landlord or through a property management partner such as IMS, who is pocketing that type of monthly profit anymore. I know in our situation, we're not after 2023. But here's the thing, and this is the most important thing to remember with a long term, and to an extent a vacation rental as well, although you do not have guaranteed 12-month revenue out of that short-term rental. With a long term, someone else is paying your mortgage, and that's the bottom line. Someone else is paying your mortgage and building equity in that property. And I know examples, personally speaking, of long-term rentals that have appreciated 6 figures in less than 3 years. So, to me, long terms, year to year, election to election, long term still remain one of the best investment options there is, especially dependent upon the location. So, quickly there, if you're looking to invest in a long-term property in the Carolinas, if you're looking in the greater Myrtle Beach area or up the North Carolina coast, the Wilmington market in that area, I advise you to get out into the county a bit and get a little bit away from the ocean. If you're the closer you are to the ocean, the greater the lure is to market that property short-term, long-term, or long-term, short-term. And I'm still a fan right now, and we'll revisit this time next year. I'm still a fan of investing money with a pure traditional long-term at this point. And hopefully President Trump and everything that's going on, hopefully that will continue to increase, it to continue to be better, and the short-term market will not only stabilize, but everything will go in this direction the same way it has and continues to with long terms. So that's just a kind of a recap of where the market is for 2025. And that's just the cold hard facts. I live this, I work in this every day. I've worked in this every day for many, many years. That's the truth. There's a lot of positive signs across the board. Monthly tenant rates will continue to climb. Short-term revenues should see a better year for 25 than 24. Nightly rates will begin to increase. Minimum reservation stays for short-term will continue, hopefully to increase, but make no mistake, gone are the days of the 7-day Saturday to Saturday short-term rental reservations. Those days are long gone, at least for the foreseeable future. So that is the cold hard facts of the market, good, bad, and ugly. If you're in the market to purchase a long or a short term and you need property management expertise, revenue generation data, we're happy to provide that for you. Again, I'll be licensed very soon. If I can take the time and find the time to take my test and actually get licensed, then I'll be able to assist you on that front as well. But if you're in the market, we're delighted to help you. And if you own one of these units and would like to speak more and get more specific about revenue projections for the property that you own, our telephone number is 888-810-9184. Again, my name is Buddy Harris, and I am with Integrity Management Systems. Have a blessed day.